What's up, Kings? Days ago, tragedy struck, and nobody was shocked. At Allen Premium Outlet Mall, a young man, an incel, shot up innocent bystanders and killed 8 people. I'm not going to name the gunman. His name should be lost to time because of the harm and pain he caused to so many people. That's the only just thing. But I think his story does need to be talked about. Because as I mentioned, he is an incel. And many of his social media posts echo sentiments that I hear a lot of people say and present a common fault in many young men when talking about dating and love these days. And life in general, really. One that was particularly notable to me was the post, "I don't care about getting a girlfriend anymore because I don't believe women are capable of to genuinely love a man." That sentence, come on, edit it a little bit. Just read it aloud before you post it. But let's focus on the subject. When you're trying to better yourself, it's important to focus on your flaws, on the parts that need to get better, and your strengths, so you know, okay, we're good on that. Let's see about these flaws, how we can make them better, or at least mitigate the damage they cause. It's important to be honest with yourself. And that's so hard. People talk about, you gotta be honest about who you are. Step 2, go change the world. People talk about it's an easy thing, and it's not. It's difficult. It hurts to admit how often you're wrong, how often the things you do don't make sense. And it's nice to live in a fantasy world where you don't do any wrong, where you're excellent all the time, to rationalize. That makes going through life so much easier, to believe that fantasy. But the problem is, it's a fantasy. The gunman wasn't sad that he was single. No! He didn't have any character flaws that drove women away. No, not at all! Women are simply incapable of truly loving men like him, a nice guy. So nice he ended 8 people's lives and ruined how many more? Do you see how those lies hide the pain away? They're like morphine. They don't fix the damaged nerves. They just suppress them. He took the easier path, and it ended in far more misery for everyone. In my opinion, rationalization is one of the most dangerous things people do. It's like walking around with a bomb. Rationalization bomb. Bah, I'm not the problem. It makes terrible actions seem reasonable, and the right, just actions seem unnecessary. Too much work. Why would I do that? And if it's so easy to do, it's so simple. It just takes a thought. I know many people who rationalize constantly. They don't even know they're doing it. It's instinctual. And it makes their lives feel better. Lives aren't better, but they feel better. The problem is, the truth is still there. No matter what paint you use to cover it up, it'll bite your head off when you least expect it. And that's why it's so important to identify rationalization in yourself, to identify when you are rationalizing a situation to make yourself feel better about it without making the situation better. An easy way to do this is to ask yourself the question, if I do the opposite thing and everything goes well, will I reject the reward for the same reason? If the gunman had asked out a girl, gone on a date, earned her love, gotten flowers on Valentine's, gotten soup when he was sick, would he have rejected her love for the same reason? Because she can't love a man? I doubt it. I doubt that would have happened. I think he would have just been happy. He stopped trying because the pain of rejection was too much. And then he found a pain reliever, a way to make it feel like it's not his fault he's getting rejected. It is his fault. I can't soften that blow. What's the blow you gotta take? I don't want to sound pitiless, because his story is sad. Being alone, being lonely, wanting to connect with people and being unable to, that's tragic in its own way. But he lost the right to my empathy the moment he hurt so many people. One person. But he went the extra mile. Another good question to ask is whether a certain action will end with a better outcome than what you had originally intended to do. I think he originally intended to find love. Wanted friends, connection,
What did this shooting achieve?
He rationalized. Oh, people hear my message, they'll hear my word, and the world will change. Will it? Seek out the truth inside yourself. What is the true reasoning and motivation for whatever you do? Work to cultivate a group of friends who, while kind and supportive, are honest with you. Who tell you, hey, Ricky, don't do that. Bad call, Ricky. Let's sit down and talk about this because you're being a little dumb right now. We love you, but wow. Lack of brain cells in this room. Because above all else, you deserve to grow. To spread your roots, to be able to become the best version of yourself. And that only comes when you see your flaws. And I'm not saying cut out all your flaws. No, every human has flaws. And they're not going anywhere. But you have to accept them. And you have to face them. You can't rationalize your way out of them. And I'm not saying everybody here is going to go and commit a crime because they rationalize. But they're going to cause so many tiny pains, little hurts, and all of them together collectively create a massive pain. So, comment below one thing that you have to work on, and I will as well. And we'll start taking steps together. Have a lovely day.